Things are heating up with the Tholiens. Monitor stations are detecting large fleet movements toward Federation space, and they're refusing all of our diplomatic hails. We're doing all we can to prevent a war, but it's not looking good. I want you to join a task force I'm assembling. If this goes south, I want my best people on the front line when it does. Stay safe out there.
Alors, avant, on va un peu se stuffer.
The Federation shouldn't be having significant issues with the Tholiens at this point in time. I've been scanning the timeline and I think I've found the problem. 2 years ago, a Tholien colonial fleet was destroyed. The Tholiens blamed the Federation, and increasing hostilities have ultimately led us here. This is something I'll need your help to correct.
Allons-y. Alors, on va se stuffer un peu. On a un nouvel officier. Et nous, on va se stuffer. Hop là, on va se mettre ça là. Et notre vaisseau tout pourri. Voilà, on a un meilleur bouclier déflecteur. Et normalement, on a une console d'ingénierie qui va nous permettre des petites choses un peu plus tard. Ensuite, on a donc un nouvel officier. Ah, si, j'ai pas de bouclier, moi, tiens. J'avais pas de... Ah, si, j'en avais un. Donc, on a un nouvel officier, Jimson, un vulcain. Hop. Et est-ce que ça peut être intéressant de le mettre là, lui? Qu'est-ce qu'il a? Il a rien. Si, il a un petit truc. Et en R&D, pour le moment, on peut rien faire. On n'a pas assez de gens. Allez, nous allons nous rendre. Ah si, il nous dit depuis tout à l'heure qu'on peut. On a des nouveaux points. Nous sommes ingénieurs. Et voilà. Bon, ça c'est l'arbre des technologies, c'est pas super nécessaire. Notre mission nous dit d'aller dans une surveillée de territoire. Allons voir où est-ce que c'est une surveillée de territoire. Ça apporte à long. Avec notre petit vaisseau.
The Federation should... I've pinpointed the incident in question, setting temporal transponder back 2 years. We need to correct the timeline during the Defiant's encounter with the Tholiens.
Ça va pas vite. Attention le soleil. On est plus gros que le soleil. Oui. Ça va pas vite. Racontez-moi des blagues. On peut pas tirer non plus. On peut pas tirer. On peut pas tirer. Racontez-moi des blagues. Oh, c'est long. C'est long, c'est long, c'est long, c'est long. Oh putain, c'est long. Alors, c'est un vulcain, un Tellarite et un Klingon qui rentrent dans un bar. Voilà. J'ai remis la carte, c'est mieux la carte. On a l'impression que ça bouge. Rien sectaire. C'est vraiment l'Enterprise d'Archer là à peu près. Avec le petit bouclier déflecteur en bas quoi. Ah. On est arrivé. C'était passionnant. C'était passionnant.
We've arrived in 2268, and not a moment too soon. The Nakul are clearly out for blood. Tholiens are quite xenophobic. They may feel the Federation is part of the problem here. We're being hailed by the Defiant. I'll remind you that our orders forbid us from telling them anything specific about the situation. I recommend deflecting their questions until the situation here is resolved.
Good to see you. We're in a real tight spot here. Tholiens were taking a serious beating when we reached the system, and the other ships opened fire on us the minute we dropped out of warp. Mind lending us a hand until we figure out what's going on?
This was a Tholien colony fleet.
See if you can take a little pressure off. We need to firm up our shields.
Over. Formation. Attempt.
The aliens disabled the Tholian flagship. She's in trouble.
Sir, if the Nakul kill the Queen, an entire Tholien bloodline will be wiped out.
Ship integrity compromised.
Enemy boarding parties are beaming to the Tholian flagship.
Destroy the aliens. Defend Queen.
Estimated Tholien casualties are in the thousands.
Vengeance. Vengeance for the children.
Vous voyez, la technique, c'est de leur affaiblir sur un côté leur bouclier pour que c'est plus parfait. Avec l'USS Defiant. Bonne soirée. Là ça va être plus chaud à battre là.
Don't suppose you have any idea what's going on here? There's nothing on these aliens in our computers or why they'd attack the Tholiens, or us for that matter. Alright, do what you need to do. We'll talk about all of this when the shooting stops. Deal?
I know it doesn't feel great keeping information from the Defiant's crew, but believe me, it's for the best. I'll monitor the situation here while you assist the Tholiens. Do what you can to save them. Good luck.
Bon, allez, on va faire une infiltration.
I found appropriate transport coordinates on the Tholian flagship. Hopefully you can convince them that we're not at fault here. If the Tholians go to war with the Federation now, it would be devastating on a galactic scale.
Sensors show the interior of the Tholian ship is too hot for us. You will need to put on an EV suit before going there. There should be extra suits in that crate over there. It would be logical for us all to equip them.
Allons-y, on va s'équiper de EV Suite. Ça va nous être utile plusieurs fois. Voilà, j'en ai mis un. Et il faut que je le mette à tout mon équipage. Parce que c'est des bourricots qui savent pas s'habiller tout seuls. Alors vous voyez, ça s'adapte au petit bidon aussi. Let's go. Et ça ressemble beaucoup à TOS. Let's go. Tout le monde a ça. Qui n'a pas sa suite? Ah d'accord, faut l'activer.
I'm reading multiple Nakul hostiles, sir. They're all over the ship.
Alors on est dans un vaisseau de Tholien,
Few Tholian life signs.
ce qui est cool. Et il fait beaucoup trop chaud dans un vaisseau Tholien.
I'm detecting numerous Nakul life signs, and more are on Nakul reinforcements are on their way to your position. Stay alert. The power levels on the flagship just spiked. Something's wrong, and I doubt the Tholians are to blame.
Ah, moi je veux de la technologie du futur là.
I'm reading more incoming Nakul transporter signatures.
The Nakul have triggered the Nakul have triggered this ship's self-destruct sequence. We've got to shut that down, and fast!
Stop the ship from detonating, but the Nakul. They've killed Tholian colonists and even hatchlings ruthlessly. What they've done here is an atrocity. last remaining Tholiens are close to your position, and more Nakul are on their way. I'd hurry if I were you.
Humanoid command. Why did you kill your kind? This is irrational. Explain. Federation, Nakul. All humanoids are the same. Chaotic, irrational, peaceful, then not. Warring, then you leave. Those you call Nakul killed our people. Our children, all are dead. Our sisters must know. Leave now, Federation. Leave us to our final task. You cannot help us. Too late. The hatchlings slaughtered. The colonists lost. Nothing can help in the face of this terror. We must send our message. Others will come. Leave now.
We've got enemy ships on an intercept course, including a dreadnought. We won't last long against a force like that.
Continue to fight, Nakul. Keep them from us while we contact our sisters. If you speak truly, you will not betray us.
We better get back to the ship before that Nakul... We better get back to the ship.
Voilà, voilà. Nous avons visité l'intérieur d'un vaisseau Tholien.
I've been monitoring the Tholian Queen's progress. She hasn't been able to send the signal to her people. Orders?
Okay, let's have a little chat. What's the situation here? Where did those alien ships come from? I'd like some straight answers for a change. And I don't need to know, right? I read you, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. That big alien ship is still heading our way. Let's focus on that. Here they come.
Ship under attack.
We just lost our engines. It'll take a while for my chief engineer to work a few miracles. That dreadnought is coming in fast. My engineers are gonna need time. A lot more time. More ships inbound to our location. The alien dreadnought is concentrating fire on the Tholien flagship.
On me fait pilonner la gueule. Il est tellement trop lourd ce truc.
Federation, you have proven you are different, rational. This pleases us. We have sent word to our sisters. The Naku will pay. The Federation will not. Now, vengeance for the slaughter of a generation. Vengeance for our children.
The Queen's message has been sent through subspace and... Yes! The timeline's correcting itself. Good work. Now, we just need to help with... Oh no. The Queen is going to full impulse. She's gonna ram the not cool dreadnought!
Our engines are still down! We can't escape!
Captain, look at the Defiant. Perhaps a scan would be in order?
Scanning. I can't tell if there are life signs over there or not. Defiant appears to be phasing in and out of local space-time. The interaction of Nakul chronal energies with the proto-nebula has made this area of space very unstable and prone to rifts into other dimensions. We might be able to get a lock onto their crew with the computer's assistance and perform an emergency beam-out, but we'll need to act fast.
No. I'm afraid that this is their fate. This is one of the hardest things about being a temporal agent. We can only make the changes we have to make, not the ones we want to make. I'm afraid there's not History states that the Defiant went missing, only to be found here weeks later by the Enterprise. Though they're lost, we now know that they played an important role in keeping the Federation safe, in protecting the timeline. For what it's worth, I will be sure their heroism is included in my report. The Tholiens will remember this as well. This encounter may lead them to be more inward-focused, avoiding conflicts with the Federation, for the time being. At the very least, they will know that it wasn't the Federation that was responsible for the destruction of their colony convoy.
All decks have reported in, Captain.
Alors pour ceux que ça intéresse, ça fait référence à un épisode de TOS, ça. Effectivement, l'Enterprise va découvrir le Defiant dans cette phase interphasique. Allons-y. Et ben, téléportons-nous.
All decks have reported in, Captain. We're ready to return.
Captain Archer had similar concerns when I worked with him. We often disagreed, but in the end, we were able to work past our differences and do the right thing. I hope you and I can do the same. Leaving Defiant to her fate was a hard choice, but it saved untold billions of lives. That has to count for something.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.